APS President Dr. Jane Reckelhoff is joining me now. When we talk about physiology, it is such an important component in biology. Can you discuss the important ways?
Yes. Thank you very much for this, Dina. This is fabulous to advertise physiology and to get the word out about what physiology is. Physiology is the function, bodily function. It's how the body functions. And so physiology is medicine, physiology is veterinary medicine, physiology is how bodies of vertebrates, invertebrates, mammals, everything works. And so we are the core of essentially health around the world. So that's why physiology is so important.
Why do you think it's important for members of APS to be here at this conference?
Well, for members of APS to be at this conference, they have the opportunity to show their best work at this meeting, which is very important. It helps them network with their colleagues and develop new collaborations. And science nowadays is going towards more collaborative science. We're not individuals sitting in our labs anymore, we're collaborating with each other because the technical aspects of science are so varied that not everyone can do everything in their labs, so we need collaborations. So that's the other thing that this meeting is. But the science is the big thing, is to show their work and to see what other people are doing, get new ideas, things like that.
You talk about the state of science now and how things are changing. What would be the best advice that you could give to help in that collaboration?
I would say the best advice would be to keep up to date. The situation with funding for science may be changing in the near future. We have had, over the past several years, we have had some challenges with funding, and I imagine that's not going to change. But what I want the American people to know is that funding of science not only helps individual laboratories and individual investigators, it's a big economic driver because of all the people that are involved in working in those laboratories. So it's a big economic driver. And the majority of the best science, unlike some recent articles have suggested that it's pharmaceutical companies, is actually done in laboratories that are supported on medical school campuses, undergraduate school campuses, university campuses in general.
So it sounds like educating people about the field is the way to continue to do great research.
Absolutely, right. I want the American people to know that what their dollars are buying is excellence in health for their families, for their children, for themselves.
How can members of APS get that message out?
They can contact their Congress people. They can talk to their families. I would imagine that most physiologists, if they ask their mother what they do, their mothers probably couldn't tell them. And so they need to educate their close family members so their family members can say, oh, this is what my son does, this is what my daughter does, and get the word out that way, grassroots.
In the field of physiology, what do you think is the most exciting thing happening right now in terms of research?
There are so many things. We are just on the verge of so many fabulous discoveries. To name one, I can't even. So, my own bias is the role that sex and gender plays in cardiovascular disease. And we know that women have different they have different bodies, they have different physiology than men do, and yet, for the most part, women are treated the same as men for their medications, when they go to see a physician, and we think that should change. So.
Well, thank you so much.
You
Is there
are
anything
welcome,
else you
Dina.
want to talk about as it relates to this meeting?
No, I think I'm just really excited to be here.
Thank you very much.